Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. I didn't think this was going to be the first video I made, but this chapter was so crazy and so pivotal to the overall story. I just want to get my thoughts as well as hopes out there. So these 2, 3, 4 long months of this leg of the Swordbearer assassination arc, culminating in a fight with Yura, which culminated into a fight with Akemura Soga. At the climax of this fight, we get back-to-back break weeks, with the crumb of Chihiro developing deeper into his true realm, and the reveal that the Enten is really the anti-Magasumi blade. And then the first chapter back into the normal schedule, we start the new year with back-to-back jaw-dropping stabs through the heart, full pun intended, with Soga breaking the Enten and then immediately stabbing Chihiro through the heart, presumably. And that's where we're left as the chapter ends there, of course. And that shit just makes me want to take a hose and hose off Hokuzono from all the honey I've been pouring on him, but then pour some more honey on him because, you know, this shit is peak fiction, of course. So this is where I want to get into some speculation because this is where I'm assuming the arc is going to end. Not exactly here, of course, but just that we're about to get into the concluding chapters of this Swordbearer assassination arc in these next couple weeks. And moving forward from that, I personally believe that we're going to get sort of a soft reset on this series because things were fully climaxing to the point where people actually thought that the series was about to end here. And while I guess that shit is still technically possible, I would just think and hope not. Because Kagurabachi is a series with insane motion that barely passes 100 chapter mark. And I also like it and want to keep reading it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, this arc is ending, but this series still has a whole lot more story to tell. This brings me to the main reason and central idea I wanted to get out there before it actually happens because I'm a prophet. My script says prophet. And that's this picture, pretty much. I would love Kagurabachi to embrace the cliche shonen trio consisting of Chihiro Rokuhira, Hakuri Sazanami, and Iori Samura. Call it shonen slop, call me a shonen tard, I don't give a damn. I think this will be a strong ass main trio, mainly because of the reason that they can all share the theme of correcting the sins of their fathers. You know, the Sazanami sins are obvious, but with Seiichi Samura and Kunishige Rokuhira, one of the most interesting parts of Kagurabachi is how these Seitei war heroes aren't really heroes, especially to themselves. Which, by the way, I'm kind of hopping on the Kunishige hate train. Not really because Kunishige is a go-mans, but dude, something I didn't even mention before is Soga has a world-cutting slash now. Like, bro, what was this man thinking making a life-stealing, world-cutting, mega death blade with infinite abilities, by the way? Like, bro, this man was actually a terrorist, which we rock with terrorists sometimes, by the way, but like, I low-key can't even understand or defend this anymore. Like, what was he doing? But anyway, basically, I would love to see Kagurabachi kind of slow down and maybe get a training arc, or I guess a time skip would be acceptable too, because the pacing of Kagurabachi is kind of one of the only bad things you can say about it. And even if it's by design, the story just kind of doesn't give you room to breathe. And that could just be Hokuzono style, you know, it's not a bug, it's a feature. But yeah, back into some more immediate speculation. One of the theories I guess I like is Chihiro getting a swordsmith arc. Because if y'all remember, Chihiro didn't even want to be a swordsman. He wanted to follow in his father's footsteps and be a swordsmith. Because now the Enten is broken, and one of the things I think is inevitably going to come back into play is the other half of the Cloud Gouger that didn't break. You know, Chihiro was using the hilts of the Cloud Gouger, but there's still the whole ass blade that apparently that he still has in his possession. Some people think that he's going to fuse that part of the Cloud Gouger and Enten. I don't know how I feel about that. There's still the possibility that Samura is just going to Suzaku something or everything next chapter, which I don't know how I feel about that either. Honestly, something I'm hoping for is Hokuzono pulls a Vinland Saga, and this whole thing, these whole 110 chapters has just been a prelude to the Chihiro, Iori, Hakuri story, where we find all the other sword bearers and circle back to Soga, but I also don't know how many chapters Kagurabachi is going to be. I'm definitely yapping at this point, yapping off a script by the way, because I'm not good at talking off the dome yet. But I just wanted to put it on the record that this trio is what I want moving forward. It's crazy that this is gonna be my first video. I definitely want to make some more Kagurabachi videos in the future. Maybe some gaming videos, definitely some gaming streams, but I might be cooking, so holla at your boy. Yeah.
Gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through.